In the TED Talk with speaker Adam Lang, we learn how to think like a lawyer. You, like myself, may be asking yourself, why would I want to do that? I'm not going to be a lawyer. But in his speech, Mr. Lang tells us that this way of thinking can be used in any practice or whatever you decide to do in life. To think like a lawyer is to make yourself a professional chameleon. What does that mean? It means you can do what you need to do to be adept and professional in your workplace and life. I agree with Mr. Lang on his statement so far. But later in the speech, he also mentions IRAC, IRAC. This means to spot the issue, find rules that apply to the issue, show work and analysis, and explain conclusion and results that can follow. He mentions to avoid emotional reactions and distractions, to focus on logic and core of the issue as well. To me, this means you must thoroughly think through your problem and to listen to only the logic and facts to solve it. That is a very important lesson to learn for all aspects of life and your future careers. Mr. Lang said, we must learn how to argue and understand both sides of the argument to anticipate and get in front of the opposing side. No matter how hard-headed I may be on an argument, I must know the other side of it in order to understand where they're coming from and to create my counter-arguments to their arguments. All of these tactics can be used in everyday occurrences. For me especially, I use these tips to understand problems at work and school and try to fix them the best I can. Almost every time I'm presented with a problem, I try to think through thoroughly and figure out the issue and how I can solve this in the easiest way possible. Mr. Lang said to learn ambiguity and question everything. Ambiguity means to be open to other opinions, and to question everything allows you to learn more. Being open to opinions is something that I need to work on, especially going forward to be a career. I can't just shut down every little argument that I don't agree with, or else I will never be able to get along with people and or learn different things about my career. You never know, one opinion of someone's could be a better option than yours, but if you're too hard-headed and not open, you could potentially stay keeping your bad way of doing it. As a lawyer, you owe your entire devotion to the clients, which means you are on their side. That devotion is known as warm zeal, or to use all of your knowledge to help the clients within ethics. Like in poker, as a lawyer, you play the hand you were dealt. And you don't even have to be a lawyer to play like that. You can take any job, for example, and you have to do your job and fix your problems with everything you are given. Your duties and responsibilities are the same as in poker, as in any job you choose, and being a lawyer in his examples. At the end of the speech, Mr. Lang says, easier to be a zealous advocate for those around you rather than yourself. It means you're more likely to intervene and speak up for your friends and family more than yourself, which it's a good thing to stand up and speak for your family, but at some point you have to start thinking for yourself. He says that understanding and learning self-worth is one of the first steps. Focus on fixing yourself first. Everything else will follow. Keep being a zealous advocate for those around you and those you love, but do not forget to be the zealous advocate for yourself. Sometimes you're the only one looking out for you. Adam Lang says you do not need to be a lawyer to think like a lawyer. And I wholeheartedly agree with this statement. Everything we have learned in the speech can be applied to everyday life and everyday occurrences. Every situation that is in front of me, I try to think it through as best as I can. Sometimes it doesn't work out with me. I tend to stand up for my friends and family more than myself because I put myself down. which it's not a good thing to do, but sometimes you're going to have to learn to stand up for yourself and focus on yourself in order to preserve your mental health. And the more you preserve your mental health, the more prolonging you can do to be successful in your life and future career. I personally think mental health is one of the biggest issues in our world today. Your mental health has to be one of the top priorities of yourself, or you're not going to last very long. You have to think that you can do everything, and you have to stand up for yourself, because sometimes you're the only person looking out for you. Thank you.